Have you ever felt that quiet pull? A sense that maybe you're meant for something more? It's a feeling that can be really easy to just dismiss. But what if that inner whisper isn't just about you? What if it's the start of something much, much bigger? Today, we're going to explore how that quiet inner calling might just be the very first step in a huge planetary transformation. Okay, let's dive right in. It's that feeling that's so easy to ignore in our day-to-day lives, isn't it? That little sense that there's a deeper meaning, that you're here for something more than just the routine. This isn't just you being restless. It's the first spark of something real, the start of a pretty profound journey.
And that inner whisper? Well, it's basically an invitation. It's the first tiny ripple that starts a whole wave of change, moving us away from these old stories of separation and competition and toward a future that we can actually consciously build together.
So what is this call, really? Think of it as the very first step on a path of awakening. It's this quiet, internal invitation that the noise of everyday life can so easily drown out. But once you hear it, really hear it, everything starts to change. Okay, so here's the core idea. The soul's whisper isn't some loud demand. It's an invitation. It's that gentle but, persistent nudge asking you to look beyond the surface of things. It's the starting line for what our sources call conscious evolution, this idea that we can actually intentionally participate in our own growth and the growth of our world. And this is where the idea gets real. For a lot of people, the whisper doesn't sound like some clear command. Nope. Instead, it shows up as this feeling that something's missing, even when you've checked all the boxes society says should make you happy. And that feeling of dissatisfaction, it's not a sign you failed. It's the call to a deeper, more meaningful path. Hearing the whisper is one thing, but the real challenge, and honestly where the journey truly begins, is translating that inner knowing into actual, tangible outer action. So let's explore what that looks like. This right here is the crucial transition. A spiritual calling almost never comes with a perfectly clear step-by-step roadmap. Instead, it just asks us to start walking, to take that first step into the unknown, trusting that the clarity will come as we move. It's all about letting go of our ego's need to have everything figured out beforehand. And this leads us to a really key point. Purpose isn't passive. As this powerful mantra reminds us, we are not just spectators in our own lives. We are active co-creators. Making a new reality happen for ourselves and for the world, it requires our full intentional participation. Okay, so let's say we answer the call. We start to act. Now what? How do we navigate this completely new territory? Well, we're going to need a new set of values, a kind of inner compass to guide our choices as we start to build a very, very different kind of world. This slide just lays out the fundamental shift so clearly. We're moving away from an old story of separation and survival of the fittest, and we're stepping into a new story of interconnection and, get this, survival of the most cooperative. It's a huge change in the very foundation of how we see the world and our place in it. And here are the principles that make up that new compass. Stewardship reminds us that our well-being and the planet's are totally linked. Conscious evolution puts us in the driver's seat of our own development. And co-creation, it suggests our real power is unlocked only when we work together. I absolutely love this quote because it just nails the whole unity and diversity thing. A thriving world isn't one where everyone thinks and acts the same. It's more like a healthy rainforest, Its incredible strength comes from the richness of its biodiversity. And in the same way, our unique perspectives and gifts are absolutely vital to the health of the whole.
Now, the cool thing is, these principles aren't just some abstract pie-in-the-sky ideals. They are actively being used as blueprints to design new models for how we can live and organize ourselves. This is where theory really becomes practice.
And just look at this. It really shows you how this is a total, holistic vision. We're not just talking about tweaking one little thing like politics or the economy. We are talking about redesigning the very foundations of our society, from how we govern ourselves to how we approach science, health, the whole shebang. And believe it or not, these blueprints are already in action all over the world. Regenerative design challenges us to create systems that actively heal the planet, not just sustain it. The philosophy of Ubuntu reminds us of how deeply connected we all are. And concepts like conscious business are paving a way from profit at all costs to economies that actually serve both people and the planet.
So, after going through all of this, the inner call, the principles, the blueprints, it all comes back to a single personal point. It all comes back to you and an invitation.
This is such a critical shift in thinking. The transformation we're talking about isn't some future destination we're all waiting for. It is a choice we make in how we show up right here, right now, in our actions, in our relationships, in our awareness. It's a conscious choice, moment by moment. And this just brings it all full circle, doesn't it? Just like the whole journey started with an inner whisper, the ongoing work of building this new world starts with our own inner alignment. Our heart literally becomes our compass, guiding us in how to participate in this great planetary shift. You know, this quote just wraps up the entire arc of this explainer perfectly. It starts with you, it grows through real, authentic connection with others, and then it expresses itself as tangible change out in the world. It's a journey from the micro to the macro, from the deeply personal to the truly planetary. So we end right back where we began, with a question and an invitation. This path doesn't require you to be perfect or to have all the answers. All it asks for is your willingness. So as you go from here, the question isn't whether you're qualified enough. It's simply, how will you choose to participate?